Football as we know it might be over. No, really, football might stop altogether. You might have heard the last few days about footballers going on a strike, and they want to do that because of the extreme schedule they have coming up. What I mean by that is that footballers have to play up to 60 matches per season, with no time to rest, no time to go on a holiday, no time to do anything besides football. But what does a strike by footballers mean? Well, they basically won't play until FIFA changed something about their schedule. And this happened after the new Champions League format was introduced. Instead of 6 games per team in a season in the Champions League, they will play 8 games, which is a lot for the players. And for the Premier League footballers, it's basically insane. They have only 1 day to rest during the winter holiday, which is like inhumane. They have no time to even celebrate the new year. And of course, because of these problems, a lot of players came forward and talked about the issues, saying that they are not gonna play until something changes. I even made a short video about this, but I wanted to do a long video to explain everything in detail. And so a strike would mean that we will have no football matches until football players decide that they had enough and they are coming back, which might not happen if FIFA doesn't change their policies. And now a lot of fans have answered back to those footballers saying that they get paid a lot, which means that they have nothing to cry about in their life as they get millions of euros per week. And that is true, I mean, I can't argue with that, but at the same time footballers are just humans like us. And if you think about it, everyone has something to complain about their life. Like a popular streamer will often complain that, you know, they have no time to go out with their friends, or that they don't really have a life outside of YouTube or Twitch. And it makes sense, it really does, but many people argue that they have a dream life, so it doesn't really matter. And so the same happens with footballers, you know, fans say that they're living their dreams, and so they have no right to complain about playing too many games. But that's not the entirety of the issue. You see, just like a YouTuber, if he does 10 videos per day, those videos are not gonna be at the best quality, because good things require time. And so it's the same with football. If we have games every day without stop, means that many will get injured, and so the quality of the games won't be the same. You see, many fans also complain that football has died recently, and it's because of Pep Guardiola and the overly technologized way of playing football now. But that's not entirely true. If you have to play every week 3 or 4 times, then you have to change your playstyle so that you won't get injured and you will keep healthy, which means no senseless running, only listening to your coach, only making safe runs, never going for a 50-50 chance because you don't want to risk anything. And so, like I said, having so many games in a single season might be the reason why football feels dead now. Also, something is special when it's rare. Like, you know the feeling when you wait for the Champions League and it only arrives after 2 or 3 months of waiting? Yeah, that is special, but it's special because you had to wait for it. If Champions League matches would be played every day, would the Champions League be as special? I don't think so. And so footballers, besides being footballers, are humans as well. And like I said, they need time to rest, they have families, they have children, they want some time outside of the game. And I mean, how is that gonna happen if you play every day, week in, week out? It's got to a point where they have absolutely no rest. And like I said, footballers came out and had some words about it. So yeah, Rodri was one of the first players to discuss about it, and he said this: "I think we're close to going on a strike over the football calendar." If you ask any player, he will say the same. It is not the opinion of Rodri or whatever. It's the general opinion of players. And if it keeps this way, there will be a moment where we have no other option. It's something that worries us because we are the guys that suffer, which is true. Then Jules Koundé also came forward saying that, "I agree with what Rodri said, every year we have more games and less time to rest," which we discussed about. "We players have been saying this for 3 to 4 years now, but nobody pays attention to us. The time will come when we will have to go on a strike to make ourselves heard." Carvajal also said, "For us, the players, going on a strike is a possibility. The players are not taken into account, we must raise our voices." And even Van Dijk spoke about the issue. While it is true that players are paid well, it is also true that we have more and more games, and this is already beginning to affect our health. You can see it in the number of injuries. We as players must say something in order to reach a solution. Again, another article about the issue. The issue of burnout has always been a significant topic in the game, but the expansion of the UEFA's clubs competition and FIFA's brand new Club World Cup has put the matter at the top top of the agenda. In August, ESPN reported that this season will be the longest club campaign ever because the Club World Cup is scheduled to take place over a 4-week period in the United States in June and July. Leading players had already spoken out, we spoke about this, but what this means is that players won't even have a summer holiday. The top players also have to factor in international games and the travel that involves during a season. Plus major tournaments every 2 years, it's very easy to play upward of 60 matches. So 60 matches per season, this is just crazy. Okay, now talking about the new Club World Cup format, it puts a month-long 32-team club competition into one of those summers of rest, and this could prove to be the final straw. Okay, this is how FIFA responded. FIFA insists that the Club World Cup is only taking a slot in the calendar previously occupied by the Confederations Cup, a quadrennial international tournament staged by the upcoming World Cup hosts as a test event. That is a misnomer because the Confederations Cup involved only 8 nations, lasted 2 weeks and did not feature anywhere near as many players who had been involved in the grueling European club season. Also, the Club World Cup meanwhile is a 63 match competition and the upcoming game is slated for June 15, just 15 days after the 2025 Champions League final. In between, there are crucial World Cup qualifying fixtures and the finals of the UEFA Nations League to be played across the globe on June 4 to 10. This comes on top of the extra 2 games in the expanded league phase of this season's Champions League. So just think for yourself how hard it is to play in all competitions and be competitive in all of them. It is almost impossible with the new schedule. Now, like I said, the fans generally do not agree with the players. They said that they want more games, they play for subscriptions, and they do not care about their health because they get paid a lot. Which again is true, footballers get paid a lot, and fans do pay a lot for those TV subscriptions just to watch their team play. Tell me, I mean, this one is a 50-50, tell me your thoughts down below. But for me, it's just inhumane to ask footballers to play so many games per season. And this is all because football has become like a business nowadays. It's not about philosophies anymore, it's not about the art of playing football, it's more like a business. And you saw it with the World Cups because of where they will be hosted, you saw it with the new Champions League format, the new rules, the TV rights and whatnot. Unfortunately, this is the reality of football. It has become a business now and everything is changed and made to bring in more money. And at this point, the Champions League really feels like the Super League. You know, the concept of the Super League was a league with the best teams in the world. You know, the Super League was that crazy concept with every big club in a single league, with the biggest matches being played there constantly, always the big teams going against the big teams. And if you think about the new Champions League format for a bit, it's not that far off the Super League. And for me, I want football to feel special. In my opinion, these games are just too much. They have to find a way where they balance in the revenue and the matches played per season. Because if all footballers will get injured, then who will play? So yeah, that is my opinion on the matter. Tell me your thoughts down below. I'm really interested to see what you guys think about this. But we are living some crazy times because football might really stop.